Hello friends, it is Julie. Welcome back to Pages and Pens. Today I'm here with a 2022 goals video. Let's jump right into it. So I am bulk filming. I am in the same shirt, but I wanted to talk to you guys about my goals for 2022 after going over all of my stats for 2021. 2022 is going to be a wild year, and I have a lot going on. So I wanted to just kind of give you guys an update on what to maybe expect here on the channel from both my reading and my writing. Let you know what some of my goals are so that I have goal accountability and so that you guys can support me and encourage me and understand where I'm coming from as we go through the year. Let's start off with some writing goals because the writing goals really do dictate my reading goals. Today is December 29th and I currently have book 2 of my A Curse and Ash series out to critique partners, which means those readers will read the book, give me general developmental feedback, does the story flow, etc., etc. I will then implement those changes and critiques and edits, and then by February I will have the book to Atmosphere. I will be having meetings with them leading up to that to sign a contract, get started on book 2, and then hit the ground running with book 2, getting it to them in February. That puts me a little bit ahead of where I gave them the book last year, with my goal still being publication of book 2 in October. Now, I do think it's going to be a smoother process because, again, I've worked with the editors, I've worked with the developmental editor, the line editor, I've worked with the cover designer, and the internal formatting team. The internal formatting I'm hoping will remain the same. The cover I'm sure will be stunning. I don't anticipate any issues, and I think it'll be a quicker process in general because I know how they work, they know how I work, and we have certain things. They don't need to learn how to reformat or get a new style guide for the internal of my book. They already know kind of what I want to do in terms of marketing, etc., etc. Should be faster, which gives me more of a window, more of a cushion to get that pre-order up for you guys, all of the incentives to organize that a little bit more coming up on an October release. So that is my goal for book 2 of the A Curse and Ash series. That is going to take a lot of time. Like I said, right now I have a slight bit of time off because I do have that with critique partners, but as soon as I get that back, I need to hit the ground running on my edits for that, reach out to Atmosphere, get the contract signed, get negotiations figured out, and then have their team ready to receive my book in February. That's a lot to kind of go into the new year already knowing is going to be happening, and that means that a lot of my year in 2022 will look like my year in 2021, except this time I'm going to be prepared for it. Last year, it really kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting to publish a book. This year, I know that I will be putting out another book in 2022. I also have I got a fantastic editorial letter on my contemporary romance book, and it is definitely going to help me. So my contemporary romance book is one that I really believe in, I really love. I think it's going to be phenomenal. I think there's a market for it, and I do think that I can get an agent and or like another publisher for this book where I don't have to put money out up front, and that is my goal for that book. So I'm going to take the editorial feedback for that book and I'm going to implement edits. While my book is with critique partners right now, I will actually be starting work on the edits for the contemporary romance. And then in each subsequent lull, while Atmosphere has my book, I will be working on that particular contemporary romance edits and then also starting to re-query. The people that I got the editorial letter from would like to see the book back again, but they gave me 6 months. I can't resubmit until 6 months. That puts me a little bit further into the new year and will give me some time to query and see if I can get agented with it. If not, I can, go back to these people and hopefully they like the changes that I've made and I can prove to them that I can work with editorial feedback and edits. I do have high hopes for that, which means that potentially I could have a deal for another book in 2022. Now, if it goes trad pub, which hopefully it will not be coming out in 2022. I can't imagine, at least, because it is a longer process, but it does mean that I will be working on book 2 of the A Curse and Ash series, as well as that particular book and whatever that entails with whomever that entails, as well as making sure that I am drafting book 3, the final book of the In Ash series. I'm so excited about this. It is a lot of work, but I am thrilled about it. Once I'm done my developmental edits for book 2, I'll have a better idea of for certain what's happening in book 2, and then I can move on to book 3 and really flesh that out. I do have a head start. I think I got about 56,000 words from Nano this past year, but I will need to do a lot of work on book 3 to finish out the series. Having my first ever attempt at a series, at publishing, books at this level is going to be really intense. I'm going to have to, again, plan out my pre-orders, get all my swag, get everything kind of organized for myself. And then I need to also be working on the contemporary romance as well as book 3 going into 2023. I also have a couple other projects that are in the mix that I am not 100% solidified on right now, but they are writing and publishing plans, which again, I would hope to have kind of moving through by the end of the year 2022. And that might come at a later date. I might discuss that. But for right now, that's that. I have to have other things in the pipeline. If my contemporary romance is picked up by an editor or a publisher, they might want to know what else I have in my pocket. I have another contemporary that's already drafted. It's a rough draft 1, but it's drafted and ready to go. I have other ideas. If they want to see my work in other books, then I might have to switch and start drafting one of those books as well. All to say that my career as an author is really looking realistic at this point, in terms of it being something that I can regularly produce and publish books. Will it be something that supplements my income? Yes. Will it be something that I'm able to go quit my day job? Absolutely not. That is where my focus is, 100%. And I think that you guys can understand with getting this book through the process of atmosphere and publication, while also writing book 3, while also editing, querying, and trying to get agented with another book at the same exact time, while also doing a side project that would have me potentially publishing up to 5-6 books. It is a lot. I can't imagine it's going to leave a ton of time for reading. So that's your disclaimer. 2022 is going to be the year that I take what I've learned from 2021 as a writer, as an author, and put into action an actual career for myself in writing. I don't know what that looks like for content here. Will I take you along as I go through the journey of writing, publishing, everything for book 2? Yes, I absolutely plan on doing that. Do I plan on taking you with me as I requery and hopefully land somebody for my adult contemporary romance? Absolutely. I hope to do that. Do I hope to, inform you guys of, other important, exciting opportunities for me? Yes. Will I have regular content on the channel? Probably not. To be fully transparent, probably not. I don't see a way that I can continue to create the kind of content that I would like to create here while also publishing these books, writing these books, and focusing on my career. It's not from a lack of want. It's not from a lack of caring. It's not from a lack of loving this community. It is simply a matter of time and creative energy. I will still be doing my weekend writing sprints. I will still be doing a ton of writing related events, Worldwide Write-a-thon, NaNoWriMo, and doing writing sprints here on my channel for all of that. I will still be reading as much as humanly possible, but I just don't know how frequent that's going to be. I am not setting TBRs because it would be setting myself up for failure. Honestly, there's just no way. This last year, I read 77 books. I know I can continue to read. My goal might be 25 books. My love of reading has not lessened, and to be a good writer, I know I still need to be a reader. I don't want to not read, but my booktube content may be a little bit less. I might be doing more tags. I might be doing more discussions. I may be doing more casual conversations or dedicated reviews as I finish a book. Let's talk about some of my reading goals for 2022 because whew, do I have them. Right now, I would really like to finish up some series. I have some things that are just sitting on my shelves that I really want to get read, namely a lot of Sanderson. I have his adult fantasy series. I also have Cytonic, which is his third in that Starsight Skyward, I don't know what it's called, that series. I have Claire Legrand's Imperium trilogy to finish. I still have Lightbringer I haven't finished. I have not finished Libba Bray's Diviner series. I still would like to finish that. I don't own it yet, but I do have a special edition box set coming to me. And once I have that, I would like to read the last book. I know it's been disappointing for a lot of people, so I'm like a little bit nervous about it, but I have to say I finished it. Like I want to finish it. I will still have auto-buy authors. I will still absolutely have authors that I buy and read, you know, immediately as much as I humanly can. Frederick Bachman will be coming out with a third of the Beartown series. I will absolutely be reading that. There's another Kate Alice Marshall coming out that I will absolutely be reading. There's an Ashley Herring Blake adult female romance coming out. I will absolutely be reading that because I love Ashley Herring Blake. There are other books coming out that I will 1000% be reading. It's just a matter of prioritizing my shelves and like favorite books that I think will be 5-star reads. Here's the caveat. I do have one book that is going to be an experience. I've not talked about it in an official video here. I've talked about it in some of my live streams, but much like House of Leaves or S, there is an immersive experience book that I have ordered that should be coming in mid-January that will be a year-long book. That is Kane's Jawbone. Kane's Jawbone is a book that is 100 years old. It is a story that is told in nonsensical order. So the book is complete, however, all of the pages are printed out of order. And the reader's goal is to reorder the pages in the correct order, as well as figuring out the 6 people that were killed and the 6 people that killed them. So there are 6 murders. We have to figure out who was killed and who killed them and reorder all of the pages so that the story makes sense. This is a book that is meant to be torn out. So you rip out all of the pages and you make what some people call murder walls. I am not doing a murder wall. I'm doing a murder notebook, which I can show you. I have it down here. I'm very excited about it. So this is my Kane's Jawbone 2022 notebook. It is thick. And there's nothing in this yet because I have not received the book. But in here I have a whole bunch of different colored tabs that I will be using, some different colored pens that I will be using. I have note cards, like a lot of note cards that will be going into this. And then these are my sheet protectors. So I will take each page of the book and put them into here so that I can reorder and renumber them, etc. and move them around as I go through the story. So the goal is to have like red tabs for anywhere where there is like an actual violent act, maybe blue tabs for any time a name is mentioned. And then I would also have in each of these sleeves for the pages like a note card, or I would have like all of the note cards with page numbers and people's names in one of these folders. All of the situations where there's violence or anger or confrontation on a note card with a page number in this folder, etc. And then on each of these pages, I would have a subsequent tab on the edge that would tell me like what kind of theme was being discussed on that page. And then because it's in a ringed binder, I can move them around and order them the way I think the book goes. It's a feat, but I do think it's going to be something that helps to get my mind off my book, that will quote unquote relax me. I'm looking forward to it in a very big way. It is going to be like a year-long journey. It's not a quick thing to try to figure out how this all comes together. In the history of the 100 years of this book, 3 people have solved it. 3 people have gotten it right. I have absolutely zero intention of actually getting it correct, but I do think it's going to be an interesting experience, hopefully a fun experience, and I am looking forward to it. So if you are interested in that, it is back ordered everywhere. I ordered it on Barnes & Noble in mid-December, I think on like the 16th or something. It was supposed to arrive on the 28th. That's been postponed to January 18th. The publisher had no intentions of this book continuing to sell. It had pretty much died off. Nobody was talking about it. And then it got kind of like blown up on TikTok and everybody has been buying it. It is like my kind of book. It's my kind of experience and I'm very excited for it. There is the one caveat that I think right now the publisher is saying they will only confirm if you have gotten the answer right, aka take a submission to see if you got it right, up until the end of 2022. So we truly have the year to figure it out. So yeah, that's going to be like my big goal book for the year. I think that's going to take a whole bunch of time. And like I said, I don't anticipate getting it right. I just want to have fun. So yeah, if I get 25 books in, I'm going to be really, really proud of myself because it is going to be a year primarily focused on being a writer and being an author and on Writer's Hive videos and writing sprints and the writing community. Stay tuned. I am going to be mixing in booktube content as much as humanly possible. it's just a lot more difficult with a lot more writing going on. But to say that I'm excited about 2022 is an understatement. I have so many goals, so many dreams, so many hopes kind of coming true this next year. The love for A Curse in Ash has been phenomenal. I hope it continues, and I really can't wait to see how the book continues to grow and to live as, you know, book 2 comes out and then book 3 gets ready. I'm just excited for the future that I've built for myself in terms of writing. So thank you for being a part of that. Thank you for continuing to support me, continuing to support the channel. If you know of any books that are on my shelves, or if you know of anything that is kind of like an immersive, really cool experience, definitely let me know in a comment down below. Will you be joining me for Kane's Jawbone? Maybe you should. I don't know if it's like in the spirit of the book to work together with people, but I'm kind of excited to take it on. I will be doing it with Amber, and if you wanted to join us, that would probably be fine. I know that I've talked about it in a couple live streams and people seemed pretty intrigued. So that is that for right now. Those are my goals for 2022. They are lofty but attainable. They really, really excite me. I'm really, really excited to see where my career as an author goes in the next year. I've got high hopes for myself. Hopefully you'll come along on the journey with me. So that's going to be it for my goals for 2022. Let me know down below one of the things that you really hope to accomplish in the coming year so I can cheer you on. Please join me in the writing sprints and the productivity sprints so I can cheer you on towards your goals as well. And that's it for now. If you liked it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye, friends.